Hello everybody, and welcome to the 8-Bit Babies No Effort Cooking. That's right, we're going to be cooking with absolutely no effort whatsoever. So if you'll just follow me over here, I'll show you what we're going to be up to. As you can see here, I've got myself a nice little pot full of absolutely raw pasta. That was painful. Don't do that. In this pot here, we've got ourselves just an absolutely wonderful meat and tomato based sauce. Look at that. It looks awful from here. But if you were here and we had 4D television, you'd be able to smell just absolutely how delicious this smells. So, what am I going to do? It's pretty simple. I plan to boil the pasta and then put the sauce in it. And maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get a little funky and add in some extra stuff. Let's get started, shall we? First things first, you're going to want to add a little bit of water into your pasta. That way you can actually boil the water. Usually water is useful when making pasta. In my experience, it's usually best to let the water run for a bit. Just lets it get all the bad things that might be in it straight out of it. Let that run and I'll get back to you. Alright, and we are good to go. Now you gotta make sure that you add enough water to fully cover all of your pasta. And make sure that you've got a little bit of extra water, that way even if it evaporates, you've still got water in your pot. Looking at that, I think that's around a good amount of water to have in my pasta pot. So I'll meet you over at the stove. Hey, welcome back. Alright, so I've got the pasta here and the water with it in the pot ready to go. Now, the next step is pretty simple, so just come over here. Next, what we'll want to do is move it to a suitable burner. I think this one might be my choice of burner here. I'm going to move the pasta sauce over here. And we'll just set that to a hearty setting 6 on the dial. And yeah. So you just want to wait for the pasta water to start getting to a boil. And you got to make sure that you don't overboil your pasta, because if you overboil it, it'll just won't have the right texture to it, right? Well, I mean, it all depends on your preferences, but there's a specific balance that you want the pasta to fall into once you've cooked it. If it's too soft or too hard, it might not appeal to the certain audience of whoever you're cooking for, which in this case is myself. So really, I couldn't care less. I have incredibly low standards, hence why I'm doing no effort cooking. Oh, and of course, don't forget to stir your pasta, because if you don't stir it, you might get a couple pieces that stick or burn on the bottom of the pot. So make sure to every once in a while grab a little wooden spoon or the like and just stir your pasta. Yeah, keep it nice and fresh, yeah? Yeah, that'll leave you with a good tasting pasta, evenly cooked. That's what you want. Alright, so as you can see here, the water is starting to boil. You can see the heavy amount of steam and the water will start to bubble. That's your clue for when the water is boiling. If you didn't know this before me telling you, then there's a good chance that you're a hopeless cook. Anyway, you just want to let it boil for a little bit. You might want to take out a piece of pasta to test it now. So let's just scoop that up right there. If I can get a single piece. There you go. It's boiling hot and I dropped it. So that's not a huge problem. But what is a huge problem is letting your spoon slip into the water. So you don't want that to happen there. So if we can just grab another piece of pasta and not burn my hands while doing it, you'll see right there, it's still quite firm. So we're going to want to let that cook a little bit longer. Getting there. Alright, well, it's been a couple of minutes and I think it's pretty good so far. So what you're going to want to do next is turn off your oven, put down your spoon, take your pot, bring it over here, and then what you want to do next Grab yourself a strainer like this. Place that nice centered in the middle of your sink. Move the garbage bin out of your way. And just take your pot, move that, and just put all of the pasta into that strainer. Look at that steam. Just gonna shake that out a bit. Make sure you've got all of the water out of the pasta. Just do that a little bit, almost like you've got a wok, except, you know, a lot smaller and a lot less epic. Okay, next, you're going to want to grab yourself that sauce. There you go. Push that into frame. That way you can see it on camera. Get yourself your spoon and put however much pasta you want into your bowl. Don't worry about it if you miss a bit. It's fine. Flour pasta tastes just as good. No biggie. That's adequate. Put that down there. Reveal the sauce. Nope. Just mix that in there. There you go. But what you might want to do after that, get a little bit extra sauce, maybe some particularly liquidy sauce. Just garnish that on top there. Grab yourself some of this Parmesan. It is really, I highly doubt that that label is correct and it's 100% Parmesan. Who knows what's in here? But does it matter? Yes. Do I care? No. So just spread yourself some cheese. Boom. And now you've got yourself some pasta. Now would you look at that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a pasta. And now you can enjoy your meal. Maybe even get yourself a drink. I've got myself some orange juice here. Good. Now you can see, despite it being incredibly simple, that is a good meal. Now you too can create a simple meal within the comfort of your own home. Join me next time on how to learn various different types of cooking. In tomorrow's episode, we'll showcase ramen, side dishes, cereal, and bananas. Until next time on Zero Effort Cooking. See you later.
This is Brian Edwards. I can't come to the phone right now. But if you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you. Have a good day.